What would you do if the richest boy in your university spent every afternoon cleaning dirty toilets? Not because he was poor, not because he had no choice, but because he wanted to. Now imagine three rich girls who secretly had a crush on him. Instead of helping him, they laughed at him, mocked him, and every single day, they made the toilets even dirtier just to watch him suffer. They thought they were humiliating an ordinary cleaner. They had no idea they were humiliating the one person who could destroy their entire lives with a single phone call. My name is Patience. Welcome to Etanalog. Godswill was not just rich. He was a billionaire. His family's business stretched across several countries, and thousands of people worked for them. Money had never been a problem for him. If he wanted to buy a mansion beside the university, he could. If he wanted to arrive in a convoy every morning, he could. But he never did. Instead, every afternoon, after his lectures ended, he quietly changed into a dark blue work uniform. He picked up a bucket, a brush, a pair of gloves. Then he walked into the university restrooms. Without saying a word, he began cleaning toilets. Nobody knew why. He never explained himself. Whenever students asked questions, he simply smiled faintly and continued working. Slowly, the entire university reached one conclusion. He must be paying his school fees. He probably has no parents. Cleaning toilets is just a side hustle. Soon, everyone stopped asking questions. To them, Godswill was simply the toilet cleaner. Most students ignored him. Some respected him. Others pitied him. But three girls made sure every single day became a nightmare. Their names were Sharon, Sophia, and Marvelous. The three girls came from extremely wealthy families. Luxury cars brought them to school every morning. Designer handbags, expensive perfumes, the latest phones. Everything about them screamed money. They were popular, beautiful, confident, and unbelievably proud. Funny enough, the three of them secretly liked the same person, Godswill. None of them understood why. There was something about the quiet young man that kept pulling them toward him. Maybe it was the mystery surrounding him. Maybe it was the way he never chased after anyone. Or maybe it was because he treated everyone exactly the same. He never tried to impress them, and that frustrated them. Instead of admitting they liked him, they turned him into their daily entertainment. One afternoon, Godswill was quietly scrubbing a toilet bowl. His face showed no emotion. He simply focused on his work. Then footsteps echoed through the restroom. Sharon walked in first. Sophia followed behind her. Marvelous came in carrying a black bucket. The three girls exchanged mischievous smiles. Sharon folded her arms. So, the famous toilet cleaner is busy again. Godswill remained silent. Sophia laughed. I wonder how much they pay you to clean toilets. Still no answer. Marvelous walked closer. She looked into the bucket, then looked at Godswill. A smile slowly spread across her face. Whoops, she said. Then she tipped the bucket forward. Dirty cleaning water splashed across the freshly cleaned floor. The girls burst into laughter. Sharon pointed at the mess. Oh no, you'll have to clean it all over again. Sophia laughed so hard that she had to hold her stomach. Godswill slowly closed his eyes for just 1 second. Then, without saying a single word, he picked up his mop and started cleaning again. The three girls stared at him. Not even angry, not even a complaint, not even one word. For some strange reason, his silence annoyed them even more. Day after day, the same thing happened. Godswill cleaned. The three girls laughed. They poured dirty water on the floor, pointed at him, mocked him, and walked away smiling. But something strange began to happen. The more time they spent around him, the more they couldn't stop thinking about him. It made no sense. Sharon would catch herself staring at him from across the campus. Sophia found excuses to walk past the restroom, hoping to see him. Marvelous even stopped talking to other boys. None of them understood why. One afternoon, after Godswill finished cleaning and quietly walked away, the three girls remained standing outside the restroom. For the first time, nobody laughed. Sharon broke the silence. I don't think I enjoy making fun of him anymore. Sophia looked at her. What do you mean? I think, Sharon hesitated. I think I actually like him. The corridor became silent. Marvelous suddenly laughed. You're joking. Sharon slowly shook her head. I'm serious. Sophia folded her arms. Too bad, because I like him too. Marvelous frowned. You too. Sophia nodded. I've liked him for weeks. Marvelous sighed. Then we're all in trouble. The three girls stared at one another. Then the argument began. You should stay away from him. No, you stay away. I liked him first. You only noticed him because of us. Oh, please. You don't even know anything about him. Voices became louder. Students walking past stopped to watch. None of the girls wanted to give up. For the first time, their friendship was falling apart. Not because of money, not because of jealousy, but because of God's will. Finally, Sharon raised her hand. Enough. Tomorrow, each of us will tell him how we feel. The other two agreed. Whoever won his heart, the others would step aside. The next afternoon, the three girls dressed even better than usual. They fixed their hair, sprayed expensive perfume, practiced what they wanted to say. Then they walked confidently toward the university restroom. But the place felt different. The cleaning bucket was gone. The mop was gone. The gloves were gone. And Godswill was nowhere to be seen. Sharon stopped a janitor. Where is the toilet cleaner? The man looked confused. You mean Godswill? Yes. He doesn't work here anymore. The three girls looked at each other. What do you mean? He resigned this morning. For the first time, their hearts sank. No, Sophia whispered. We haven't even spoken to him. Just then, all three phones rang. Sharon looked at her screen. Dad calling. Sophia's phone showed the same thing. So did Marvelous. The three girls answered. Before any of them could speak, their father shouted from the other end. What have you three done? The girls froze. Dad! You've embarrassed our families. Sharon's father continued. Do you have any idea who that young man is? No, that wasn't an ordinary student. That was Mr. Godswill, the billionaire heir. My boss's son. Sophia felt her legs grow weak. Marvelous almost dropped her phone. Their fathers continued. Our families have worked for his family's company for years. What? Sharon whispered. No, there must be some mistake. There is no mistake, her father yelled. Everything you girls did has already reached the company. If Mr. Godswill decides we're no longer worthy, we could lose everything. Our jobs, our businesses, our reputation, our future. The three girls stood frozen. Tears slowly filled their eyes. Then came the final words. You three will report to the university tomorrow morning, and you will clean every single toilet yourselves. You will do it until Mr. Godswill's office is satisfied that our families have accepted responsibility. If you refuse, don't bother coming home, because you won't have a home to return to. The calls ended, and all three girls were shocked, confused. Then Marvelous broke the silence. So why has he been cleaning the toilets all this while? What do you think about the story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more narrated stories.